it's natural for humans to try and assert themselves, to try and get power in this world. And children use weakness. They use the surrender tactic. They use emotional outbursts. They use being completely angelic and kind of seducing you to get what they want. Yeah, I've been asked about how to handle kind of the manipulative side of child psychology. You know, I wrote the kind of the handbook on manipulation, the 48 Laws of Power. And one of the basic ideas behind it is I'm trying to show that manipulation is something extremely embedded in human nature. And I use children as the example. If you see children at a very early age, and I say almost every child is like this, finding ways to get the parent to bend to their will by having emotional outbursts, by crying, etc., so that they control the dynamic, so that the adults are trying to please the child instead of the other way around. If that is extremely common, and I know I did it as a child and I see it all the time in children, then that means that there's something very deep about this in human nature. That if you look at it from the child's point of view, 3 or 4 years old, 5 years old, they're very small, they're very weak, they're facing off against these parents 2 or 3 times their size, who have all the control, all the power in the situation. And it's a very disturbing dynamic. It means that they have no control, they have no power. And so it's natural for humans to try and assert themselves, to try and get power in this world. And children use weakness. They use the surrender tactic. They use emotional outbursts. They use being completely angelic and kind of seducing you to get what they want.
You don't just like magically become great at parenting. It's a thing you get better at over time, one day at a time, one experience at a time. There's actually something the Stoics talk about. Seneca says, like, try to find one thing a day, like one quote, one story, one conversation, one video, if you're thinking about what's available today. The point is, find one thing that makes you better at being a parent every single day, and think about where you would end up if you could do that. That's what I'm trying to do as a parent of 2 young boys. But it's also what I try to do with Daily Dad. Every day I write one totally free email that goes out to thousands of people all over the world who are just like you, parents who are trying to get better at their most important job. And I'd love to have you join us. It's totally free, no spam, one email a day. You can unsubscribe whenever you want. And I hope you sign up at dailydad.com.